So when someone passes, it can be an overwhelming experience, especially if you're the one who has to take care of their estate. So I'm going to break down the first few things you need to do to kind of get you over that first hump. Hey, this is Bill Eaves, Associate Broker and Probate Expert with RE/MAX and Bensalem. When you're left with an estate, just getting started on what to do first and second and third can be the most challenging when you're an executor or administrator of somebody's will or somebody's estate. So let me give you the first couple things, kind of get you started. The first thing is always, of course, the funeral. Once you have the funeral director, they will be able to give you death certificates, which is the first piece of paperwork you'll need for everything else to follow. I recommend getting 20 copies of those. You're going to need more than 10. They tell you 10, get 20. You may need definitely more than 10. Next thing you want to do is forward all the mail to wherever you want to receive it, whether it's your home, your office, a P.O. box. In another video, I talk about anonymity for the executors because you're going to get bombarded. If they own a house, you're going to get all kinds of postcards, letters, phone calls, all kinds of stuff. It's unfortunate, but this is what investors do. They look for properties, and people in the auction business, it's going to happen. So you can check out that video for some ideas on how to kind of shield yourself from all that. Next thing you want to do is locate the will if there is a will. If you probate with no will, you're called an administrator or administratrix. If you probate with a will, you're called an executor or executrix. Make sure in the will you are the executor or executrix. And if you already know that, great, you can move to your next step. The next step should be deciding whether you want to hire an attorney or not. I highly recommend them. Attorneys charge in a couple different ways. There's a percentage scale, and there's flat fees, and there's hourly. Again, I have another video on that, so I don't want to belabor you with those details. If there's a property involved, one of the first steps you should take is changing the locks. You want to change the locks because you really don't know who has keys, and people have a habit of going into houses and taking things for mementos, I'm not talking about stealing, that really belong to the estate. What the person promised so-and-so or their friend or whatever, it has to be in the will, and executor or executrix, you're the one who decides who gets what in accordance with the will. So one of the first steps, get the locks changed. Whenever you go to deal with a bank or a creditor or anyone, they're going to want something called a short certificate, because unless you are a joint owner of the account, the house, if it's real estate, investment properties, anything like that, bank accounts, annuities, anything, they're going to want something called a short certificate. You get that by probating the will or probating the not will and being named administrator. So that's done at the county courthouse. And again, you can do it yourself. All the forms are online, but it's a lot easier if you do have an attorney. You should also have that before you open an estate account, but you can open an estate account before you get that, I believe. That's an attorney question. I'm not an attorney. Open the estate account because you're going to need that later for taxes, inheritance taxes or estate taxes, depending on, the size of the estate. Another good idea is inventorying the contents of the house. What's in it, where it is, take pictures, take a video, document everything you possibly can, because that could come up later. Now, there really are many steps in handling an estate. If you'd like a complete checklist, look for the link below. It's free, no obligation. Whatever we can do to help you through, just let us know. And if you found this video useful, check out some of our other videos below. Getting a house ready for sale, all kinds of different stuff on estates, probates, things that'll help you along the way.